John was really a mentor and a very good friend to me, a friend of mine, and at the time he was performing, I think for all of us he had a very special meaning. There's not a single saxophone player that didn't get, certainly of my generation, that didn't get something from Train, and I'm speaking for all of them. And I dare say he influenced a great many of his own peers. Man's existence is a political event, whether one wills it or not. I say I want to take a flat here in London, and I call a woman on the phone, and she says, okay, you've got it. And then she sees me and says, you don't have it. Already that's a political issue, and I didn't mean it to be. And that has happened to me here in London. When it was suggested to him by Fletcher Henderson that they do something avant-garde, you know, he wrote back to Mr. Henderson and he said, oh, Fletcher, let's not go back to that. So that's rather my thinking about the avant-garde. It's a kind of terminology that tends to date one's activity. In fact, people speak of me as an avant-gardista of the 60s. So already it makes my work sound passé. And in fact, I don't subscribe to terms like avant-garde generally. That was written as an answer to a specific situation in which I addressed myself, because people had been attacking me as an avant-gardist. And so that's why I replied thusly.
How much attention do you pay? I mean, I know that even reading the critics for tonight's show, definitely there's some barbed comments. They all say legendary, but there's a few nasty kind of words put in there. I mean, how much
Tell me about it.
affect you? Yeah. Do you pay any attention? Does it, you ever get constructive criticism still, or what is your relationship like with the critics?
Really not much at all these days. They don't write much about me. And I suppose good or bad, any news might be good news to some degree, you know. I mean, bad criticism tends to keep one, it's challenging, it's interesting, because one becomes more controversial in that way. And controversy ultimately is more, I think, more interesting than a placid acceptance of a performance.
Good for energy, I think,
Word.
definitely.
Certainly, yes. Makes you a fighter.
Okay. I wanted to touch
And
on...
hopefully a survivor. My perception of myself as a performer, as an artist, as a man, as a black man, is not contingent on the media or what is currently trendy or what conventions are arbitered or defined outside my own experience. That is, to the best of my ability, I define my own experience, and I define my own identity is very much evolved out of